Where is Waldo Stadium? Kalamazoo, Michigan. It is the home of the Western Michigan Broncos, and the fans have been eager for this showdown for a while. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Toledo Rockets, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Western Michigan Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Fair catch called for and made. The Broncos offense will get the first swing of the game. Here he comes, and anytime this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Gilliam. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, that D-tackle's a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
I'll tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers. And then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Got it set up on the outside. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quick pass on the jet motion. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
You think about when you get those guys on the move, man. He's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the ground, it's Gilliam. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
And listen, the QB gave everything he had, right? He tried to get the first down. He even laid out. He wasn't worried about getting whacked. He tried to get the first down. Good effort, but just comes up a little bit short.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They'll run it out of the shotgun. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give to the fullback. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
How about this offense deciding to run the football, be physical, find a hole, get downhill, Palmer, and get the first down?
Yeah, and it helps, too, when you've got a running back like this guy. He just knows how to fall forward.
Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Well, that was about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rockets offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You've got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. And it's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
The offense really needed some points to dig themselves out of this hole right before the half. What did they do? They turned it over. The worst thing they could do, now they've dug themselves an even bigger hole.
Moving out of the pocket. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
He's got his man. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play in. You've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Unloads to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you have been calling a great broadcast today from there in Kalamazoo. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Waldo Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Broncos will kick it off to start the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Great timing on the slant. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Looking to throw, it's Bannon. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got his man on the right. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job.
Stopped after making the catch. And the Rockets want to move quickly. Looking to throw on second down. It's complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Off play action. Pressure coming. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
The give to the tailback. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Fullback's got it. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And you've got to throw the fullbacks a bone occasionally. Okay, those dudes have one of the worst jobs on the field. Always blocking every single play, down in, down out. When you get those situations, you can give him the ball, give him a bone, reward him for all of his hard work.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They go right back to him. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Calls his own number. The ball's free. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll leave it with him. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Hey, let's not make football hard. Quarterback sneak has worked, and it continues to work. Keep using it until they stop it on those short yardage plays.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
The give as they work on that clock. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Run it with the fullback. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it, offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on second down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Touchdown Broncos! What a grab and go for the score.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First down here for the offense. Looking for a man. It's Bannon. Throwing right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Coming after it. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
A deep throw as the clock winds down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Fast motion from the offense. Running back searching for a hole. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Timeout called by the defense. He's there first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push